Welcome, laddies, to the show.
A top of the morning to you.
To the morning to you.
A tip of the penis to you.
I don't know, but I sound like Robin Leach in a new eye.
I can't do the accent. Neither of us can do the accent.
I know.
But it's good enough. Happy St. Patty's Day.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
We're recording this on St. Patty's Day anyway.
Yes.
I'll get rid of that music.
I kind of liked it.
Do you want to leave it on for the whole episode? We don't need to leave it on there,
but I just kind of
liked it. The whole time?
That would be...
That's nice. That's pleasant.
I want to get up and river dance.
Yeah, we should... Well, episode 6, St. Patty's Day.
Episode 6, St. Patty's Day. Can you believe we got 6 in now?
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm glad we're moving along. We're figuring it out. We're learning.
As we go.
Every week I'm learning something else about how I'm bad at this and need to get better.
Exactly. We play it back and go, all right, you got to change some things.
Slowly getting better.
We'll
get there, you know.
It's like fingernails down a chalkboard.
What, listening to ourselves? Yeah, a little bit. It's a long road to improvement.
It is, but we're getting there. You know, speaking of St. Patty's Day,
yeah,
Pittsburgh had their St. Patty's Day parade Saturday. And the crazy thing is, and let me bring up a story first. About a week ago, there was a little 4-year-old boy who got in a hit-and-run accident.
That was the one that was on camera, right?
Yeah, they got it on camera.
I saw that. Yeah, the guy, he stops, and then he goes, he leaves the scene.
He stops for a second, thinks about it, and then takes off.
Yeah.
I mean, ignorant. And they eventually caught him. They pulled him over on a traffic. I think it's either a traffic violation or they recognized the car and they pulled him over. It's like a 76-year-old man.
So did he admit?
Yeah, he said, "Yeah, I did it, and I'm sorry."
Whoops,
my bad.
Throw the book at that guy. I mean, he's going to jail.
He's going to jail, probably for whatever little life he has left.
Yeah, I don't know how you hit a kid and you're like, I don't know if that kid's alive or dead, but I'm out of here.
I mean, that's just insane. No remorse. But I brought that up because literally after the parade, a 3-year-old boy runs out into the street and gets hit by a police officer who was on a motorcycle.
Hit by a police on a motorcycle.
Oh my goodness.
That's sad. Is the kid all right?
I think he's okay. What I read in the articles that he had some bumps and bruises. They took him to the hospital. He was released.
Yeah, it was like a kid that crawled out of a stroller.
Yes.
And got hit by a motorcycle.
Yes. I mean, talk about a black eye for the Pittsburgh police.
They're not looking good as it is. I mean,
first, they don't respond to 911 calls now anymore.
And now they're hitting kids on motorcycles.
They're hitting kids on motorcycles. What the hell?
Yeah, they're going to have to turn it around, figure something out.
Oh, my goodness.
Well, speaking of what the police are doing in the city, they're shutting down that homeless encampment by Fort Pitt. Well, the one they did back in November was First Avenue. Now they're shutting down this other one, which we've both seen it. We've both driven past it. They got tents up and everything.
Several times, yeah.
And the message they're sending is like, we don't care if you're homeless or have homeless encampments. Just don't do it right out here where everybody can see,
Yeah, which is
hide somewhere else.
That's mind-blowing to me because if you're going to say, we don't mind you being homeless. We don't mind you throwing tents up. Just don't do it because you're an eyesore.
Yeah, basically.
Why aren't you just helping those people and putting them in shelters?
So they did reach out. They said at least they said this. I don't know if they're actually doing it, but they said we're like trying to help them find housing or jobs or like drug treatment. Some people denied it. Some people accepted it, but at least that's what they said. I don't know. But I think the tax dollars that we're, paying for, they want to help people in other countries. They don't want to help people in our own streets. So,
which drives me crazy because, we send, $6 billion in aid, to countries and we can't even take care of our own homeless. Yeah,
it's infuriating. I think it's time to rescind all foreign aid. We don't need to be helping anybody else right now, in my opinion. We have enough problems here.
Especially these other countries, they want to stick their middle finger up at us, and tell us to go F off, and then they turn around and beg for our help when they need it.
They're happy to take the money or use our military whenever they can. We're like $34 trillion in debt, and we're still handing out.
Just like it's candy.
Yeah, to any country that need, and that money, I mean, it's just a way for the politicians, the weapons companies,
and
the banks.
That's a multi-trillion-dollar industry, the weapons industry. You're never, ever going to shut them down or change their policies.
Yeah, it's what Eisenhower warned about on his way out of office. He said, beware the military-industrial complex. Nobody took him seriously, and now it's an unbeatable force.
They're way too powerful. They're too strong. They're the ones who write the policies. So how are you going to change it?
And
what are you
also,
going to do? Stand out there with picket signs and parade? They don't care.
No, they'll just plant a crazy guy in there and make you look violent.
Yeah, they'll sabotage it. They'll
Yeah,
literally sabotage it.
It's frustrating that there's like no way to win. We just sit here and bitch about it, I don't know. I hope people. It seems like people are waking up to that kind of stuff. I don't know. Sometimes you think that like, oh, people are finally going to stop taking the shit, and then something happens, and you're like, oh, everybody's just going to keep doing the same thing.
I know. It's just crazy because we want to send weapons to other countries. Biden wants to do it. He wants to send weapons to Ukraine. Not soldiers. Not really too much money, but just wants to send weapons. That's a bunch of horse crap. But anyways, why are we sending weapons to a company to a country that's probably going to be our enemy in a few years?
Yeah, I mean, remember when we gave all those weapons to the Taliban and trained them how to use them?
Correct.
What did they do with that?
Exactly.
Especially whenever, and it's funny because like I don't even blame these countries for like obviously they're going to take the weapons, they're going to take the training, and they have their own interests. Like, why are we even involved? We don't need to be involved in Ukraine at all, in my opinion.
No. Weapons.
It's a waste of money. It's a proxy war. It's a way for the military industrial complex and the weapons companies to make a bunch of money, and then, that there goes our tax dollars. There goes our well-being as a country because we're invested.
They're not giving the money away because of the kindness of their heart.
Not at all. No. Never. That's never the case.
Literally, if you think that, there's something wrong with you.
Literally every time you hear like we're doing it for a good cause of whatever that cause is, it's 99.9% of the time it's a lie.
It's a lie.
And it's just a way for somebody else to get rich or to get influence or power. And or somebody's been blackmailed, somebody's bought off by somebody who has some dirt on them. So they're like, I have to send $4 billion a year to Israel so that this sex tape doesn't come out. Everybody's...
They want to pull the wool over people's eyes.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I don't know what's the subject, but I think the Pittsburgh Steelers did that to the Chicago Bears again. I think they fleeced the Chicago Bears again.
You're talking about the trade?
The trade.
Yeah.
Oh my good. I mean, I am so excited this year for Pittsburgh football. I was not all last year. I mean, I barely watched the games.
Well, I haven't been a watcher in a few years. It just hasn't been that interesting, but I'm excited to see what happened. I mean, I don't even know what all we did.
I mean, it's amazing. They're basically retooling. They're ready to go. I love the fact that they cleaned out their entire quarterback room, got rid of them all. Even Kenny Pickett. They traded Kenny Pickett.
Oh, they're finally going to stop talking about him.
Thank God.
Jesus, that's all they ever talk about is Pickett.
I was never on the Pickett train. When they drafted him, I was like, I don't think this is going to work. I kind of hope it did. He was kind of like a hometown kid, went to Pitt. He's not really a hometown kid, but he went to Pitt. He's actually from the other side of the state in Jersey. But I was excited for it. I was kind of like, man, I'll root for him.
Well, yeah, you want him to do well. But
it was real evidence real fast that he wasn't going to do well.
Mm-hmm.
I could just see it. Yeah, he had some flashes. He did throw some accurate balls. He did look good, but he couldn't read defenses. He left wide receivers wide open. He had happy feet. He's running around like he's scared to death to get sacked. There was something wrong. There was something off. And it definitely showed.
Well, he's definitely not somebody you could build a franchise around.
Not at all. You can't build a franchise around that. And as soon as they brought in Russell Wilson, which I think is a great move on Pittsburgh's part, I don't know why people want to stick their nose up at this. I mean, the man's a top 10, top 12 quarterback in the league. I mean, just look at his stats for the last 4 years. I mean, the man's thrown 107 touchdowns, 38 interceptions. That's nothing. None of the three Pittsburgh quarterbacks that they had did anything like that.
Ratio, yeah.
I mean, so I don't know why people are sticking their nose up at this. The man's not at the end of his NFL career. He's probably right around where Roethlisberger had his best years was when he was like 35, 36, 37 before he started losing it. So you can get a couple of good years out of Wilson. And what's really amazing is now Pittsburgh has brought in the quarterback from the Chicago Bears, Justin Fields. I mean, how the hell they got this for a 6th round? They gave a 6th round draft pick up for him.
Wow.
I mean, I don't even know how they did that. They literally pulled the wool over the Chicago Bears' eyes again.
So what, is he going to be a second string then, most likely?
They'll probably try to let him compete for the job, but mostly he's going to be probably a second backup, going to learn behind Wilson because he did have some issues in Chicago. but he's got way more talent than Kenny Pickett. He's got a better arm. He's got better mobility. He's, he can take off and run out of the pocket. He stands in the pocket, throws the ball. His tangibles are way higher, and he's younger. He's younger than Kenny Pickett.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he's been in the league, a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's a huge upside for him, and I'm definitely excited about that. And what I couldn't stand about Kenny Pickett is he's a big crybaby. He did it last year where he was hurt, and they put him as a third-string quarterback, and he refused to dress for the Seattle game, which pissed me off. I'm like, come on, man, seriously, you're a professional.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
You're getting paid millions of dollars. Stop
yeah.
whining like a little bitch.
If they want you to dress up, dress up.
Yeah, and then he did it again. As soon as he found out that Russell Wilson got signed, he didn't want to compete against him. He knew he couldn't beat him out in training camp. There's no way he was going to do it. So he stomped his feet and cried and wanted to trade to get out of town, and they gave it to him. And where did they send him? Philadelphia.
Oh, he's going to love that.
Well, if you thought the fans were bad in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they're rough out there.
Woo!
Go Birds.
Go Birds. They're going to crucify Kenny Pickett out there.
I don't think he'll last there very long.
He's not even the starting quarterback. He's going to be second string.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jalen Hurts way better than Kenny Pickett.
What about with Tomlin? How long do you think he's going to stick around for?
Tomlin's – I have mixed feelings on Tomlin because Tomlin is a good coach. I don't care what anybody says. The man is a good coach. But I think some of his – tactics may be a little outdated. He's a little stubborn, doesn't want to change.
Well, that's
some
obvious,
things.
Yeah.
So maybe Omar Khan and Art Rooney II, maybe they had a conversation with Mike and said, hey, listen, we got to change some things. We got to do some things different because, this isn't working.
Yeah.
We can't just have 500 seasons every year. And just barely squeak into the playoffs. They want to be dominant. They want to compete for Super Bowls. That's what they want to do. So I think they might have got to Tomlin this year. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading this wrong. But I'm ready to see what happens. I'm really excited. I mean, they brought in some major pieces, even on defense, to make that defense better than it was last year.
Yeah, I hope. I'm excited to watch now. Now that something's finally different. There's some potential there.
There's some potential. I mean, it's definitely exciting. They brought in Patrick Queen from the Ravens, which I think is an outstanding inside linebacker, which is he's better than anything they have on that team right now in inside linebacker position. They brought in another safety who's a hard-hitting machine. They got rid of some cancer like Dante Johnson. He was a cancer. He cried too much. He wanted out of Pittsburgh. So what did they do? They traded him to North Carolina. And then they got, I think, Dante Jackson, which is a cornerback, which he is actually better than anything they have in the quarterback position except for Joey Porter Jr., which I think is going to be outstanding.
Yeah,
I have high hopes for him. He just got to stop holding everybody. Keeps getting too many holding penalties. Once he gets that up, he's going to be a shutdown corner. But man, I'm excited for him. I want to see them go. I mean, they're tooled up. They're ready to go. They're ready to blow things up, man.
Yeah. Oh, hey, speaking of blowing things up. Breaking news, houses are blowing up in Pittsburgh. Homes are exploding everywhere you look.
I know exactly where you're going with this.
Yeah, so another house just exploded in Crescent Township. It was an elderly couple. They're still not exactly sure what could have happened, but it just made me think, and I started looking because this isn't the first time that's happened. So I looked up just in Allegheny County alone, as far as houses exploding in the past 10 years, and I found 5. Let me go through this list with you real quick. So, October 2013, Moon Township, Allegheny County, a house exploded and 4 surrounding homes were rendered uninhabitable. March 2017, Moon Township, Allegheny County, a house exploded. August 2023, Plum, Allegheny County, a house exploded. 6 were dead, destroyed the 2 surrounding homes. That one was caught on a ring cam. That was like the giant explosion. December 2023, Swickley Heights, Allegheny County, no deaths, 1 severe injury, a house exploded. And then the most recent one, March 2024, elderly couple in Allegheny County, Crescent Township, their house exploded, 2 dead. But that's a lot for one county.
Yeah, I mean, that's crazy. And I know that houses have blown up it's happened all over the country, but this is close to us, and 5 in like 10 years.
Yeah.
It's just mind-blowing.
And that's just the ones I could find, but...
And I've heard all kinds of stories about, why they exploded. Pilot lights being out, or the house filled up with gas because the furnace pilot light went out, or something.
I heard that it could
nature.
Be abandoned mine shafts blowing up.
Blowing up. But what if it's not? what if it's some crazy like backup gas pressure from the gas lines?
So like the gas company would be at fault.
Yeah.
So that's why nobody's really saying what's the connection here with all of these homes
sure the hell
exploding.
not going to tell you.
Yeah.
I mean, that's major lawsuits right there.
Yeah. If it's their fault, then we would never know.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's weird that nobody's like saying why are all these homes exploding in Allegheny County and elsewhere too. But like that's just what I could find there.
That's usually what happens too, because every time one happens, it's big news for a little bit, and then it's gone.
Well, this one's already out of the news cycle. Yeah. It happened like 4 days ago, and it's already.
What's crazy is just a couple nights ago, I had an explosion behind our house.
Oh, really?
Apparently, I slept through it. I didn't even hear it. It woke Charity up, and then she woke me up.
What was it?
She said something exploded. It shook the house. It made her extremely nervous. She got up, started looking around, looked out the bedroom window, and you could see flames that are taller than the trees.
Damn.
I don't know what it was. I mean, it wasn't that far from the house. And
we should go check it out.
We definitely need to go check it out.
I will walk out.
There's like a back road back here, and I think we need to drive down to see what it was. The police department, or not the police department, the fire department came and put it out. But there's nothing. There's nothing about it.
No news?
Huh. I can't find anything on social media. I can't find anything in any platform.
Something fishy going on.
So, I mean, why is it so hush-hush? I mean, what's going on? That's kind of freaking me out because that wasn't that far from the house.
Right.
You know, so.
Be careful. Next time you light a candle, your house might blow the fuck up.
It's going to do something.
Well, and in Canadian news.
Yeah,
we don't have a sound for that. I need what kind of sound would we use for Canadian news?
Hey, hoser.
Hey, hoser. Yeah, that's good. Hey, bud. All right. Toronto police. So Toronto's having a lot of trouble right now with breaking and entering, people, theft, stealing cars, all that kind of stuff. So the police constable came out. His name is Marco Ricciardi, and he said, to prevent the possibility of being attacked in your home, leave your key fobs at your front door because they're breaking in your home to steal your car. They don't want anything else.
That's a joke, right?
That's real.
That's real.
That's 100% real.
So what they're telling people is, reward the thieves by leaving your car key fobs on your front porch.
Yeah, just leave your keys outside. They can take your car. That way nobody gets hurt.
And no consequences.
No consequences. Don't defend yourself. Don't get into a violent altercation. Just leave your keys outside.
Do you know how
leave a cupcake
fucking stupid that sounds?
It is. It's very stupid. And I don't really have much to say about it other than what are the police doing in the Western world in general? It's
what do they do in Canada? Just ride horses and that's it.
Hey,
that's Mountie, isn't that the Mount?
Those are the Mounties.
Those are Mounties. Yeah, okay.
Be nice to the Canadians. We like Canadians.
I like Canadians, but let's not get
the French ones.
Let's not get stupid.
We don't like the French Canadians.
I bet you they don't do that in Quebec. I bet you they don't leave the keys in Quebec.
I don't know. Just the way the things that the police and the authorities are doing to handle crime makes no sense, to the point where I no longer believe that they're stupid or ignorant. I just think they might be evil. Here's another one from San Francisco, which is having a lot of subway crime, and a lot of people getting mugged on the subways and stuff. And they came out and said, "Here, let me find you a quote for this. They won't release the surveillance footage when people get mugged or whatever. Usually they'll put it out and say here, we're looking for this man or whatever."
No. They always do.
Well, yeah, they always do, and they always should.
Yeah.
They're not doing that in San Francisco, and they said, and I quote, "To release these videos would create a high level of racially insensitive commentary toward the district. And in addition, it would create a racial bias in the riders against the minorities on the train." So
what they're saying is, these aren't white people committing crimes.
Yeah, pretty much, which
is dumb.
My point about this is, it shouldn't matter who the criminal is.
It should never matter who it is. It shouldn't matter what color, if you're white, if you're black, if you're Mexican, if you're Polynesian. I don't care who you are. If you commit a crime, you commit a crime.
It's as simple as, this man put his picture up. We caught him on surveillance footage mugging somebody. Mm-hmm. Find him. I don't know how that would make anybody.
I don't know. I'm just sick of it. I'm so sick of this hiding behind the color of your skin bullshit.
It really shouldn't matter.
We can't show this because we think it's going to give people a different image of a different race. If you break the law, you break the law. Where does it say, if you break the law and if you're a certain color, we can't show the video?
Yeah.
What?
I mean, that's really...
Is that the new law now?
I don't know. And it just makes me so mad at... Because it's gonna make people more racist when you say
that's
stuff
all they're
like
doing.
that. And
I
it's
think
like,
that's why they're doing it.
They want us to fight. They want a race war is what they want. You know what I mean? That's what the media wants. That's what they want us to fight each other. So
they do. They want civil war.
Yeah, so that we don't see what they're doing. Like,
exactly.
You know, fight your neighbor instead of...
If we have everybody fight among themselves, nobody will pay attention to what we're doing.
Yeah.
Remember what I called that, right?
Oh, the Kansas City Shuffle.
Kansas City Shuffle.
Yeah, I remember. Which, it's so frustrating.
It is extremely frustrating. I mean, there is no reason why they shouldn't be able to show that footage.
Yeah.
What if someone was really hurt? What are they going to say? Oh, sorry, we can't show you the footage because we don't want to piss a certain race off.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
And it's like that piled on top of, like, you know, what they just said in Canada, or what they're doing in general as far as like shoplifting from stores, where they're like, you're not going to be, we don't have a store policy on theft. We're not going to chase you down. We're not going to prosecute you. So just like go ahead and steal. And you'll see flash mobs of like 50 people going in at once.
They want to change that.
Looting the stores. Are they finally going to change that?
I think they finally realized that they made a huge mistake.
Well, obviously, that was a huge
mistake. Why the hell would you be like, oh, if you're going to go in a store, if you steal anything under $900, we won't touch you.
We'll just let you go.
What? That was a stupid comment.
And now they just go into Walgreens, empty the whole store, and then...
So what do they want to do now? Now they want to change policies and put everything behind glass.
Well, they do put everything behind glass at some of those places.
No, they want to put everything behind glass.
Except
you have to go find somebody to open the glass cabinets.
Yeah, they did that with wire at Lowe's. You can't get Romex anymore. You have to get somebody to unlock it.
Oh my God! The other day I went to go get some. Not only did they unlock it, but they have to walk you.
They won't let you. Yeah,
to
they
the
won't
counter.
Put it in your car. They said, "I'll meet you up there" or whatever.
I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, the same thing happened to me. I mean, the price has gone up so much that people are just stealing.
Wires like color. Yeah. Wires like gold.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. Man, that's driving me crazy. Give me a headache just thinking about stuff like that. I think maybe I'm getting hungry.
I'm hungry. We should have got something. Before this, you know?
Hell yeah. Probably should have. I'm not a big McDonald's person, but run through a drive-through or something.
Yeah, I could go for a double cheese.
Oh, speaking of McDonald's, did you hear about their new restaurant they want to roll out? They have this new beta restaurant they want to try.
Is it fast food?
I don't know I think it's more like Starbucks. More like Starbucks, Sonic, things like that.
Like the McCafe, or is it?
It's called CosMc.
CosMcs. Okay.
Yeah, CosMcs.
Is it real? Like, are they opening them?
No, they actually built one in Illinois. They have another one they built in Texas.
Okay.
They plan on rolling them out. Look it up real quick.
Yeah, let me see if I can find it. You said it's called CosMcs. And how do you spell that? Is it like Mick?
Yes.
Okay.
COS.
I knew it.
MC.
CosMc.
There it is.
Okay.
Check that out. There it is.
It's got a real website and everything.
I didn't make it up.
That's weird. It looks I like the design. Very like
there it is.
Sleek, futuristic.
So they're actually going to try to roll this back in a futuristic thing. You know, like back in the 60s when they had that, like the Jetson theme going on. Yeah. That's what they're going to go for on this.
Okay. Oh, queso sandwich.
Absolutely. The menu is going to be heavily drink menu with a few food items, which is right up Starbucks alley. That's exactly what they do. Doesn't it have like a Sonic vibe to it?
It really does. It looks like Sonic. I wonder if they're going to have people on rollerblades that bring it out to you.
No, because they'll trip and sue.
Yeah, that's true. They don't do that anymore, probably because they cut.
Man, I used to love that. I used to love going to like diners that would roll up on skates and give you your food. Now they don't do it anymore.
Oh, they got bites.
Check that out.
Hash brown bites.
Hash brown bites.
Cookie butter McPops.
What the hell is that? Look at these. What are those down there? Hazelnut pop. But this is what you'll see on the menu. I bet you it's going to roll out pretty fast in this country.
Cookies, yeah, you think so?
Yeah, I think once it catches on.
I mean, I haven't heard about it yet. I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
It came out. They announced it in December that they were going to do this. They already have one built, like I said, in Illinois, and they're just finishing the one up in Texas. So those are going to be their beta tests.
You know, honestly, what I think about when I hear something like that, what frustrates me is like, let's have the biggest fast food company in the world branch out even more and start over. Like let's let these giant companies grow even bigger and bigger.
Technically, they're not the biggest. they're the biggest real estate
Oh, really?
owners in the world because they own the
All those
properties.
potatoes, man.
They own all the properties that the franchises are built on.
Mm-hmm.
So they're actually one of the largest real estate companies
Wow.
in the world. People get that confused with how many restaurants they
Yeah.
have. So, but yeah, that's little history there for McDonald's. But when I saw that, I was like, really? What are they doing? Where are they going?
I'll check it out.
Yeah, I just want to see how fast before one pops up around here.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what it reminds me of, like a Sonic vibe.
It does look
In
like Sonic, yeah.
with a twist of Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's what they're going for. I wonder if they're going to build it up like a smaller building and it's just like maybe just a drive-through or something.
Could be. Yeah, that makes sense. Like one of those Dunkin'. They're
Like
probably
yeah,
like those little Dunkin'
those
drive-through.
little Dunkin' drive-throughs. That would be pretty wild.
Yeah, because the only thing they really have there is like they have. I saw the McMuffin on there, so like that's the only real food. Everything else is like pretzel bites and McPops.
It's just a heavily drink-oriented menu.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, if you're thirsty, or if you want a drink, or you want an energy drink, or you want a coffee or something like that, that's where you go. To me, that's Dunkin' Donuts, that's Starbucks, that's Sonic. Even though Sonic has food, but you know.
Did you hear? Speaking of other businesses taking over, did you hear about how? So we were just talking about Dollar General and how they're taking over. Family Dollar and Dollar Tree are closing 100 of their locations this month. So we were right. Dollar General destroyed them.
There was actually a rumor that the two were going to join and create a different store chain. So Dollar Tree and what was the other one?
Family Dollar.
Family Dollar were going to unite. Forces unite.
I saw a combination location, which I thought was weird because I'm like, they're kind of the same place. One of them obviously is just like everything's $1.25 now, but yeah, it was the same. They shared a building.
Yeah, so we'll see how that goes, if anything. Maybe they'll fall to the wayside like some of these restaurants in the past. Remember some of the nostalgic restaurants, like Chi-Chi's.
I remember Chi-Chi's. I've been to Chi-Chi's. Yeah.
Whatever happened to them?
Was that the one, or was that Chili's or Chi-Chi's that had the E. coli?
Oh, they had the massive, E. coli breakout that put them out of business.
Yeah, I think that was them.
I think everybody and their mother sued them.
Mm-hmm. And I think at least one person died from it.
Yeah, I think that's what put them out of business.
Yeah.
Oh man, what were some of the other food chains? My goodness, what's not around anymore?
Boston Market's gone now. At least around here it is.
I love Boston Market.
Best cornbread in the game.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard anybody really say anything bad about Boston Market.
I mean, where else can you get a whole rotisserie chicken, home-style mac and cheese?
I wonder if places
some cornbread.
like remember Walmart does rotisserie chicken.
Yeah.
Costco, Sam's Club. I wonder if something like that just put a hurting on them.
I don't know.
I never thought about that.
Bring back Boston Market, man.
Boston Market.
What else is there?
My goodness.
Krispy Kreme is gone.
Well, Krispy Kremes, I never understood that one to begin with. I mean, they came in like gangbusters.
When we got one, when I was a kid, Cranberry, PA, got a Krispy Kreme, and it was the biggest fucking deal. Everybody, we got them in school, every birthday, every kid would bring in Krispy Kremes. We'd be so excited. And now they're just gone. The hype died down for it. I don't know what killed them. But they didn't do coffee or anything. I think they were just...
I don't know. I just remember going through the drive-thru. I never really went in it.
Yeah, that place was packed for a long time.
But I remember you would go by and the lines would just be ridiculously long.
Mm-hmm. I just liked it because you could see, you would watch like a dozen go through the glazer, and you just see, you watch them.
Maybe people just got tired of looking at that and said, it's enough for me.
I'd rather watch porn instead.
Oh, Lord. Porn.
Oh, speaking of porn, Texas has required age verification to visit Pornhub.
Well, good for Texas.
Pornhub is no longer doing business in Texas.
That's no kidding. No shit.
Like, you're gonna make people verify that they're 18? Mm-hmm. We're out of here. Because I think that's their primary customer is like 12-year-old boys.
Isn't that what we were always supposed to do? Like you remember the video stores when they popped up? You weren't allowed to go in the back room unless you were 21 years old.
You can't go through the beaded curtain to go back there.
So what's the difference?
Yeah, I don't think so. I am sympathetic to the argument of like, I shouldn't have to give my ID to go on the internet. They already have all your information anyway. But
well, first of all, why not?
Why not?
Because you can't. If you order alcohol online, you have to use your ID. You have to verify you're 21.
That's true. I guess so.
So why are we bitching about this and not the other thing?
Yeah, you're right about that. I think it's a good move. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you can't gamble online unless you verify your ID.
I'm just wondering if, well, I guess people are a little more shy about there. They're like, I don't want to attach my ID to the stuff I'm searching on this website.
Maybe you should be a pervert.
Yeah, right.
You know, but yeah, I'm fully supporting that. Like there's no way that you should be able to get on the internet and look at porn unless you are a certain age or older. I mean, that's the whole thing of it.
No, I agree.
You know?
I mean,
that's what made it fun when we were kids and we were trying to look for your uncle's porn mags.
Well, when I was...
Because you couldn't find any of that stuff.
Listen, when I was 11 years old and I found what was on the internet, it was not good for my development, you know? The things you can find. So, like, I totally get wanting to keep kids away from that
Because
stuff.
It's not like that. They look at what's going on in porn and they see everything that's going on and they think that's what it is. Like, oh, that's what physical attraction is all about? No, it's not even remotely close, buddy.
That's a... fantasy, a far out.
Sorry, not everybody has a foot-long dong.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Not everybody. It'll give you a distorted
hate to break the
sense.
news to you women, but that's not like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy.
All right. I did have some other stuff in my notes here I wanted to bring up. Just little topics. Here's something. So this is... There's a Twitter account or an X account called Defiant L's that just compiles all of these. It's a great one to follow. It'll tell you, like, here's what they said last year. Here's what they said. Here's them saying the exact opposite this year. So this is a good one. 2019, companies face an uphill battle trying to get Americans to eat bugs. A few years later, this right-wing conspiracy about eating bugs is as racist as you think. So, like...
That's kind of funny because I remember when they were pushing that.
They're pushing bugs, and everybody's like, we're not going to eat
because we were going to run out of food, and we wanted to make like cricket powder and all this stuff. I remember that.
They've gotten to the point now where they're sneaking it into foods. Like they'll call it. They do that with everything. They give it some name that doesn't make it, like a scientific name. They'll call it like Simpocrapen or whatever.
I think they call whatever a cricket is really called because people don't know because they just know it as a cricket.
Yeah, cricketus, squeakus.
Yeah, cricketus, squeakus, minutus.
Powder, yeah. But the fact that they're trying, I don't know if you have any thoughts on them, why they're trying to get us to eat bugs. Is it just they don't want to pay for meat anymore? Is it because
it's a cheaper way of doing it?
Yeah, it's disgusting. They keep trying to sell it.
You can multiply bugs at a rapid rate.
Yeah.
Versus growing grain. So then they say, well, if we purify and we grind it up and it looks like flour, you wouldn't know the difference if we didn't tell you.
Yeah, I mean, they probably are putting it in everything and just not telling us. But there is something about
you know how many times? What do you? I know for a fact. I don't care what it is, and you can argue with me all you want. These factories that they make candy bars or whatever.
Cereal.
You can't tell me, or cereals. You can't tell me like a bug didn't get in there and got ground up.
All
And
the
you
time.
don't know it
all the time.
Come on.
I'm sure
we ate some roaches.
Yeah, I'm positive. Bugs get in there all the time, but the fact that they're trying to get us to get on board with this bug thing is just it's insane to me. There's something very dark about it that I don't like.
I've heard this a long time ago. They were trying to do an alternative on bugs, like eating ants, eating crickets, eating grasshoppers, eating worms.
You see, they got protein. They're very nutritious.
They're high in protein and blah blah blah. I mean, they made us do that when I was going through survival training in military. We had to eat. I had to eat bugs.
Yeah, to survive.
Yeah.
You don't eat that like as a snack.
So some of them aren't that bad. I'm sorry.
I'm not eating the bugs.
I'm sorry. Some of them weren't actually that bad.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I'm not on board with it. You can eat all the bugs you want. All right. Next thing I have here, this is just a light little thing for anybody who's listening on audio. So there's a Cardi B song called Like funny. What, and it's a freestyle. It's called a freestyle, which like typically
first of all, let's explain what freestyle is if somebody doesn't know what that is.
So freestyle is it's possible that it could have been something. Usually it's like off the top stuff, but at the very least it's something that you wrote before or have in your head, but it's all you. It's like
you came up with it. Like either it came off the top of your head at a moment's notice, or you wrote it down and then repeated it.
Yeah.
But you did it.
So here's a freestyle by Cardi B that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 credited writers.
Yeah. I don't believe that's freestyle.
It's not freestyling, and it's also like it looks like she's just the face of, like, she's an actress or something. Mm-hmm. Like somebody else is writing everything for her, and she's just...
Well, that's like a lot of,
so many
and singers.
I hate it.
Yeah.
You think there's something about art, in my opinion.
No, it's not. It is no longer about the talent of you being able to write or compose music. Mm-hmm. It's your image and your brand and how they can package it and sell it.
Yeah.
We have other people that will write for you. All you do, you just need to sing these words.
See, that's like another, they've turned it into just like a money-making scheme.
That's all.
Whereas, like, I'm somebody who believes in, like, the power of art. Music and artwork can be life-changing, beautiful stuff, and they're just turning it into, like, oh, how can we sell these tits on it,
Exactly. Okay, you got a pretty face, you got nice boobs, your voice doesn't sound that good, but that's okay. We'll enhance that and we'll adjust it so people won't really know what you really sound like.
Yeah.
And you sell millions and millions of records.
All you need is just like a personality that translates, and that's it. They'll do everything else for you.
I mean, it's bad. I mean, I think it all started, it started a long time ago, but I think it really started back in the day with Milli Vanilli.
Milli Vanilli. I remember them. They got in trouble for...
they were sex objects is what they were to women.
Yeah.
Women loved the way they looked. They loved their appearance.
And it didn't matter that they couldn't sing because they were lip syncing the whole time. But for some reason, when they got caught doing that, it was the end for them.
Yes.
When it's like, that's not why you didn't watch them.
It wasn't the first time. That's the problem.
Oh, really?
If you ever listen to the history on that Milli Vanilli, because one of them, the guy killed himself. One of them killed himself.
No way.
Yeah. He couldn't deal with it anymore. And he ended up
Was it Milli or Vanilli?
I can't remember which one it is. But
shouts out to Milli Vanilli.
I forget the producer who did it. He found these two guys, and they could dance and they can move, and they had this sex appeal about them because, like, women loved their dreadlocks and they loved the way they looked. The one guy had, like, he did have really nice eyes. I'm a guy, I could tell you he had nice eyes.
Beautiful eyes.
And but that's what they want. That's all they saw. Mm-hmm. They couldn't sing and to save their life.
Like, everybody did follow suit with that, with like the boy bands. Where it's like, at least they did find guys that could sing, but still, I'm sure it's manipulated. But they did that with...
And they wouldn't have got caught if it didn't happen. They were in concert, and they had a malfunction. Mm-hmm. And I think the song repeated itself.
Yeah, and
it wouldn't stop repeating, and they're like, uh-oh, what's going on? And that's how they got... And as soon as they got busted, they got thrown under the bus. The people behind them were like, we don't know shit.
Yeah, they've been lying
this whole time?
Yeah, that used to be such a big deal. Like, Ashley Simpson got caught lip syncing, and it, like, ruined her career. Mm-hmm. And now it's like, you just take it for granted that everybody is. Mm-hmm. That's what I believe. I mean, at the very least, they have a backing track when they're performing. It's really only, like, it's rare to find somebody who's actually doing it the way they're supposed to live.
Yeah. Yeah, it's bad. I mean, Britney Spears is like that.
Yeah. I don't even know if she's... I don't know what kind of hand she had in making her own music. I can't imagine that she did all of that.
No, I think she was packaged and sold, and
I feel bad for her, man.
She was controlled by her parents.
Yeah,
like, they screwed her over.
Well, now that she's off the leash, they got rid of that whatever it's called, that order.
Yeah.
Where she was, like, under the custody of her parents and wasn't allowed to have control over
her own money. How funny is that?
But they let her off of that, and now it's like she's acting pretty insane. And people,
I think she went crazy before that.
Yeah, I'm sure she did. Yeah. But a lot of people were like, "Oh, now I see why they wanted to keep her under control." Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I feel bad for her. She had just being from a young age in a Mickey Mouse Club like that. I'm sure she was.
That's the industry just chewing her up, spitting her out.
Exactly. Yeah. There's so many people like that get made fun of as, like, you see these especially the child actors and the stars. They grow up to be insane.
Just look at Justin Bieber.
And everybody makes fun of them, and it's like, you don't know what that, like. I'm a firm believer in the they were, Illuminati.
The Illuminati.
Molested children.
What happened to Bieber? What happened to Justin?
He's Christian now. Apparently, he converted.
Yeah, but he doesn't make music anymore.
He still does. He still makes music. He's not as out there as he was before. But yeah, he went through, like, from this cute little kid to, like, trying to be a gangster to, like, getting in trouble and getting arrested.
Now, do you think he ruined his own image, or do you think after? Because a lot of times when those kids come out, at a young age, they're like a teen phenomenon.
Uh-huh.
But once they reach a certain age, do you think they're just like, we're done with you?
Maybe. Or they just want to control you too much, where they're like, here's what we, and then especially with those child stars, as they get older, they're like, they want to make their own decisions, and it's like, no, we have everything planned for you.
Yeah.
We're going to tell you what you're going to do, and then they go off the rails, and they, they don't care what kind of drugs you do, as long as you show up and do the work that you're supposed to and play the part.
Because I remember he kind of just fell off the face of the earth, and I never really heard from him again.
Yeah, he's not that big in it. Well, it was one of those like media creations where the paparazzi followed him everywhere and put it out there and was constantly talking about him. And he's still around. He's still out there. He's still making music, but they don't follow him like they used to. So you don't really hear about it,
Interesting.
Well, I mean, that's about all I have for this week. Do you have anything else you want to bring up?
No, I think we pretty much hit all the topics that I want to talk about this week.
Yeah. Well,
anything else to say?
That's episode 6
I'm
in the
ready to
bag.
grab some grub.
Yeah, well, let's go to the CosMc.
The CosMc.
Let's go to CosMc.
Not here yet, but when it gets here,
we'll go to Chicago to get it. Go to Chicago,
get it.
All right. Well, top of the morning to you.
Top of the morning to you.
Happy St. Patty's Day. We'll see you next week, unless, of course, there's a baby, which still is in here. Catch you later.